What's up, everybody? It's Black here with Illuminaughty.com, and today I'm with my man Steven. Say what's up.
Do you know the way?
Boy, the way is Black Lightning. I'm gonna tell you that. And today we are gonna review episode 1 of Black Lightning, and oh my God, was it the most epic, blackest show I've ever seen?
Nigga.
All right, yo, we have big booty chicks. Oh my God, we got
even the news reporters were black. Nigga, like they ain't let no white people touch the show, boy.
We had what is it? We had natural hair black women. We had they had what's my man's name? Roland Martin on there. Oh my gosh. Like, when I tell you this is the blackest show I've ever seen.
Nigga.
It should just be called Nigga Lightning.
Nah, bro, this was great.
I'm gonna be honest, from any CW, so Arrow, Hair Legends, Blast, I personally never have been able to connect with a show so quickly on such a level. Like,
yeah, the first episode was never that good with any of the previous shows. Not saying that the first episodes were bad, or the pilots. The pilots were bad.
The pilots.
It's just, you know, I don't know, man. It was just
compared to this,
right? They hit you with action out the gate. Like, they didn't have to take time to introduce the person. Like,
we get enough backstory.
Like,
yeah. So just to describe the story without spoiling, so it's been 9 years since Black Lightning, or what's his real name?
Jefferson Pierce.
Since Jefferson Pierce is Black Lightning's real name.
Yeah.
It's been 9 years since Jefferson Pierce had to actually use his abilities. He retired, and for various reasons, we find out that he and his wife are divorced, and he has 2 kids with her. And you know, one thing leads to another, and it forces Jefferson Pierce to pull up on everybody and hit him with that lightning bolt and, you know, save the day. But that's like the general plot of what has happened in episode 1. And from episode 1, what we end up getting is we get a fair amount of backstory on and we develop a lot of relationships, or we get introduced to a lot of relationships. Like, we see the guy that makes his costumes, so I'm guessing his outfit, in a sense.
Yeah. Wait, was that the Morgan Freeman in Batman? Or was that the... No, that was the...
Well, kind of is Morgan Freeman. Yeah. It's Morgan Freeman in Batman. The dude that be making all the cool shit.
Yeah.
We see once again, like, the backstory with him and his now ex-wife. There's kind of a dynamic with Jefferson Pierce and the commissioner, or their chief of police staff, who's also black. And when I tell you this show is black, I mean it is black, like bold Times New Roman size 100 black. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they wasn't playing. They wasn't playing, man.
All right. So in this show, what first happens? Actually, it starts the show off with a riot that's happening, and Black Lightning's oldest daughter gets arrested because she's originally protesting peacefully, but you know how riots are. One thing happens to another, and you know, she gets arrested. I thought that was nice, because you know, that's something we're kind of dealing with present day.
Right.
I feel like there's a lot of what they do is there's a lot of political undertones that are introduced in this show, and I feel like for a certain audience that maybe aren't really connected or have roots in the black community, they're gonna be like, yo, this show has a huge political agenda, and it's like, nah, bro, this is what we really face on the regular. I feel like
if you're white, you might get offended, right?
You probably will. I feel like it's one of the times where I feel like this is one of the shows where it's going to be very polarizing, because of the fact that I think the first white person that talked was a racist cop, right?
Yeah. It was a racist cop. Like, it's only one white person on this show that isn't racist. So far. So far.
And then, spoiler alert. Actually, this is all spoiler. I'm gonna have to put a disclaimer in there. What I really liked is the fact that clearly the big boss, the main villain, is a black guy, but he's albino. So even though he's black, he's white and he's the bad guy. And I love it. They said, nah,
we gonna find a way to put a black person in this role.
How they make the bad guy black and white at the same time?
This show is great.
It's phenomenal. So moving on with the story, his first daughter gets arrested. He picks her up from the station. Apparently, we found out later with the help of the police. The police, what's his name? Is he the chief commissioner?
Commissioner, maybe.
I have no idea. I want to say he's the chief.
A big boss.
He's the big boss of the county. He's 12. He's 12.
Yeah,
but so he ends up somewhat helping Black Lightning or Jefferson Pierce get his daughter, and then they have that conversation of, "Hey yo, I know I have the right to protest, blah blah blah. It was peaceful." He's exchanging Martin Luther King quotes.
They were exchanging Martin Luther King quotes and
exactly like 5 minutes in.
Like, bro, y'all gotta chill out. This is too black.
Oh my god.
Bruh.
The only way this could have been better is if it actually came out on MLK Day.
Yeah.
But they were literally exchanging Martin Luther King quotes at the beginning, and then on their they're still in the car. They're, I guess, on their way home, and on the way home, what ends up happening is Black Lightning gets pulled over, and it's by these white cops, and basically they strong arm him and pull him forcefully out the car, embarrass him in front of his family, and then in the rain. Then they drag him in handcuffs in front of this Asian lady and was like, "Is this the person this we're looking for?" And the Asian lady is like, "No." And then, Jefferson Pierce, he's like, "What the hell's going on? What's the description of the oh no, he's like, "What the hell's going on? What is all this?" And the cops are like, "Well, this lady's shop got robbed, and you're black." They didn't say that, but that's what happened, bro. That's what happened. They're like, "You black, we pulling you over." So,
this got filled up by racism, and he turned up on that.
He was about to. He my man hit that Cal one time for him, bro.
Just to show what he was about, bro. He said, "Cut the lights off."
So, Black Lightning, or Jefferson Pierce, he powers up a little bit, but he doesn't do anything. But he just letting them know he with the shits, bro. Did they call him a racial slur or said anything at that point?
No.
I don't think so. Anyway, it just goes to show that the cops aren't in his best interest. But through all this, there's a bunch of other dialogue and exposition going on, talking about that the city is no longer safe because the 100 gang, I believe, they're pretty much taking over the town, and it's really violent because of them. And so it's kind of like you got to worry for the police, and then you also got to worry about the gangs. And then when you think about it, once again, this is actually relating back to real life and black people as a whole, and it's like, it's one of those shows where it's really real. I mean, they sugarcoat it with the fiction, of course, in the comics, but I think they're really hitting the nail on the head with this one.
Yeah. Like, what's the name? Was about to record. I can't remember what the daughter's name was.
The oldest daughter.
She was like, "I had the right to record this," and he was just like, "No, stop it, bro. These niggas don't care if you're recording or not. They'll clap you on sight for no reason."
But I actually like that too, because it was real, bro. He was like,
"Yeah, that's real.
You may have that right, but they will kill you, and they will kill me."
Like,
sad to say, but it's true.
It's a fucked up situation, but
like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, midway watching this, I was like, yeah, this is like top 10 blackest things I liked. Like it's like if Black Panther is even a fraction of this show, oh man, it's already winning. Cause this show is super black. I'm talking about like Wesley Snipes and Michael Blackston combined black. You know what I'm saying? But we move on. So basically, what ends up happening the same night that they get pulled over and she gets arrested, they're having a fundraiser, I believe. That was the same night, right?
I want to say so.
Yeah, that's why it was really weird because why are you protesting on the night of the fundraiser? But I digress. The older sister gets arrested. They're on their way. They go home and then I guess they change in. Now they're at the school for a fundraiser, and you see the police chief. They have some dialogue exchange, yada yada. And also there you see Jefferson Pierce's ex-wife. What's her name?
Don't know her name.
I feel like they said her name.
They probably did.
They more than likely did.
I know the oldest daughter's name was Anessa, and the youngest one's name was Jennifer.
True.
Yeah. So but there you go. I got 3 names now.
When we see Black Lightning's ex-wife, boy, I tell you, she pulls up on screen looking all chocolatey and fine with her natural hair cut low, ain't no weaving it, bitch. I was like, bro, oh my god, bro, this show gonna get canceled after I see it. Not because it's bad, but because it's just too damn black, right? So, what I really like about this show is there's a lot of representation. And I'm telling you, a lot of black shit. I really can't like stress how black it is. Anyway, I'm sure people are getting tired. I mean, get it? It's black. All right, cool. But
first of all, bro, it's an all black school. It looks like an all black private school that he's running, bro. Like,
no, I've seen a few white people. Her name was Lynn.
Nah,
Pierce, his wife, ex-wife. Yeah.
Nah, but at the whatchamacallit, the fundraiser, there was a number of black people there.
That is true. But
I
remember walking. They can't be too black. They sprinkled some of them in. But they were background characters. Of course, they didn't have no lines. But
right.
They were there. By them, I mean non-black people. Okay. Also, we see at the fundraiser, we see this other black chick. I don't know her name, but there's also, I feel like it's gonna be a love triangle between Jefferson, his ex-wife, and this new black chick. And boy, I tell you, she was thicker than a bowl of oatmeal. Oh my god, bro.
Jesus.
They were like, we gonna put the budget into nothing but thick, beautiful black women, and they did.
And I'm down with it.
I am too. All right, so during the fundraiser, I believe, who was it? Anissa. I want to say Anissa was supposed to be at the fundraiser, but for whatever reason, she decided to go. She told her older sister that she was going to a house party.
No, Jennifer.
No, I got
Jennifer is her name.
Yeah, Jennifer's the youngest one. Jennifer was supposed to go to a Jennifer was supposed to go to a house party without her dad knowing, but she actually went to a Club 100, which is actually kind of named after all the gang members. And she was actually going with her friend Keisha. I want to say that's her friend's name. But I'm pretty sure it was Keisha. Anyway, so she goes to this club, and while she's at the club, she meets this black dude. Black dude turns out to be a gang member. He gets pulled up on by some other gang members, and basically he drags her, of course not on purpose, into a situation where he is talking to the gang leader, who we come to find out name is, we're not gonna say his name just yet, but the main gang leader, right?
Oh man. Yeah.
So main gang leader's like, yo, you owe me some money, you need to pay up. And the dude's like, yo, I'm working on it, just give me some time or whatever. And old boy gets slapped up by the main gang leader. And by that time, Jefferson Pierce realized that his daughter wasn't home, and he went to go search for her, and he found her at the club. And yeah. So as what was that nigga's name? Kevin?
Was it Kevin? See, you introduce a lot of characters. Half of them not going to be in the rest of the show.
Yeah, no, they really aren't. I don't know. Anyway,
Gang Boy, that's what we'll
Gang Boy. Yeah, we'll go. Gang Boy. All right, so Gang Boy, Gang Boy, he gets slapped around and embarrassed, and while that happens, Black Lightning pulls up, or Jefferson Pierce, because he's not in costume yet. He pulls up, he fights one dude because he wouldn't let him get in, and when I tell you, there's action in this show. There is some real action. There's some action.
On top of action, boy. They don't give a fuck, bro. Niggas
nah,
shot, bro.
Real
we don't
bullets.
Care. Bullets hitting niggas' blood.
Bodies dropping. So
nobody cares.
They don't. They really don't. My man, Black Lightning. He pulls up. The gang members. The henchmen, they pull up out of the room, they start shooting, but you know, Black Lightning, he turned off all the lights. He's just beating everyone's ass in the dark. I don't know how, but he doing it. I don't know how he can't see, but no one else can see when they shooting bullets. But anyway, it don't matter because he out here throwing hands. He out here throwing hands fast as lightning. Everybody was kung fu fighting. Just it was only Black Lightning really though. But yeah. So what ends up happening is he beats everyone's ass, and then they call the cops because, you know, fighting and shooting, gunshots were going off in the club. Once he realizes his daughter is safe, he leaves the club and he's headed somewhere. I don't know. And he's walking out the club and he actually gives up because he see a cop car pulls up on him. And as the officers... This is how I know it's fiction. Two officers, they get out the car and they're pointing their tasers at Black Lightning. Easily, he's 6 foot. He's 6 foot something. I don't know what, but he's 6 foot. Tall, big, buff black man. And the two white cops, they're pointing their taser at him, yelling him, get his black ass on the ground. And once Jefferson heard that, he was like, nigga, I'm throwing hands. Anyway, he turns up one time for the one time, and I'm like, they shoot the man with the tasers. He's like, that don't phase me, boy. And lit the tasers up. The cops fell out, and then he blew up the cop car, and then he moseyed over them. I think he actually socked them too, didn't he? No?
Yeah, he did.
He
sent electricity through the tasers.
Okay. He only shocked them once. All right. Yeah, I thought he shocked them again while they're on the floor, but that's him shooting the car, the cop car. He knocks out the two cops, and then he goes about his day.
Care.
He's a savage. He was like, I want someone to try me today, bro. I got time for it. So, but man, knocks out the cops. He's on his way. And then it's the next scene. What ends up happening is he crashes at a tailor's. And now here, we're actually introduced to the first non-racist white character. Which this is a very pivotal moment in the show.
Right.
So the dude that he crashes at, the tailor, he is the guy that was making his suits. They have some dialogue saying, look, I stopped being Black Lightning, and the guy's like, yeah, I know you stopped for the past 9 years, but I'm telling you, they need you out.
The streets, they need you, bro.
You got to pull up on them, bro. I feel like Black Lightning is gonna be like really symbolic. I feel like I can already feel it, but like it's gonna be a staple of the culture. But going back to the story,
racist bullshit that goes on every day, so they're gonna have plenty of material.
Oh yeah. So he gets stitched up, and he finally goes back home. And when he's home, his I don't know how. Well, I do know how. Okay, his daughter's finally home, and his ex-wife is there, and she talked to her daughter about what happened, and she punished him. She punished her. My bad. The mom punished her daughter, saying she took away her social media and gave her a firm talking to. This is another part where I draw disbelief, because if they were black, she would probably put the hands on her for sneaking out to a club for being a little fast ass child. But that's you know, I guess you can't sell everything about being black culture, but whatever. Also, I forgot to mention the part where I knew it was also fiction, where it broke the fourth wall was when the cops put out with the tasers. You know, they should have put out with the guns, and they would have just shot him. But
they would have shot him.
Yeah, they would have shot him. He's black and tall. But going back to the story, so this was that weird scene where on the news, the cops are talking about someone assaulted 2 police officers, and one reporter was like, it was Black Lightning, and the chief of police, he was like, fake news. I thought that was funny. So you know
the way he said it, fake news.
This show is very relevant. It's very relevant, and I'm loving it. I'm loving every second of it. Going back to present day, Jefferson and his wife Lynn, I believe, ex-wife Lynn, they're talking about hopefully Black Lightning gets him back, because that's pretty much why they broke up. She was tired of seeing him get hurt, and they from what what
typical superhero stuff.
Yeah. From the on-screen dynamic that's been displayed thus far, I would say that I would definitely say that they both still love each other deeply, but it's just a matter of, you know, Jefferson couldn't leave that life behind, and you know, she wanted him to, but she knew what she was getting into once he was with him. She knew.
Yeah.
But anyway, there's this moment where she she starts unbuttoning his clothes, trying to look for wounds, and he's like, "You won't find nothing there, baby." And she's like, "I should go," and it just leaves. Now throughout this, I will say one of my biggest problems with this show is the writing, because there's moments where it's like really corny and really not black. But not
just that scene, and the scene where what's her name, Jennifer met the Game Boy. That was kind of
that was
the dialogue wasn't the greatest.
He said, you want them alternative black girls." I'm like, what? Huh?
I've never said that then.
No, not that. I would say maybe you acting boozy, off-white, something, but not alternative black girls. So the dialogue, I feel like once again I do understand, because it does need a full commercial success. So you know, it gotta appeal to everybody somehow. So the dialogue is kind of corny. It has that CW writing, but I'll tell you this: it don't got that CW diversity, boy. It does not.
It's nothing but black folks, boy.
Alrighty, so what happens after they she leaves? Oh, okay.
Fast forward, they go to school.
The school.
Yeah.
So, mind you, Jennifer, she meets Game Boy, and Game Boy apparently really likes her. I don't know how much confidence he has, but he must have a lot, because this man got slapped, bitched, and kicked. He got slapped by one dude, bitched by the same guy in front of her, and then she kneed him in the nuts. And then he was like, he found her at school. He stalked her, went to her school. This is weird. This is really weird.
Yeah, this is real weird.
He found her, went to her school just to try and spit game to her. And it's like, what? I don't know, bro. That was like one really weird part of the show. And then he's there. He's trying to, I don't know what he wanted to do. I think he was trying to spit game.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then Jennifer's sister, what's her name? Anissa. Jennifer's sister, Anissa.
Yeah.
She pulls up and she's like, "Yo, you're not a student here. You got to get off the school grounds." And then dude calls her a bitch. She's like, "I'm calling security." And then I forgot why, but they started.
For some reason, he tries to pull her or something, push out the way.
Yeah.
And she kicks his ass.
Oh yeah, she kicks his ass hard, bro. He's just getting bitched throughout the entire show. It's kind of sad. I would hate to be like that character, but he got paid. Anyway, he actually got flipped. I think he got flipped. Yeah.
Oh boy,
he gets flipped. And then he's about to pull out a gun, and then Jefferson Pierce pulls up, and he's like, "Yo, you really gonna shoot someone out of school? You really gonna get locked up and like no parole all over this?" And at that point,
it's pretty much like you use your head, bro.
Exactly. Yeah, there's cameras everywhere. And at that point, he made a reference saying you're gonna go something about a school shooting, and I was like, "This is how I know this show is kind of like in tune, cause black people don't shoot schools up, bruh." I was like, I promise you, bruh. He didn't stop. He did not stop because what Jefferson Pierce said. He had that one moment of clarity randomly. He was like, "Wait, I'm black. I don't shoot up schools. I don't do that. We don't do that." And he left. Yeah.
That's great.
That's why it didn't happen, bro. That's why black people don't shoot up schools. I really feel like that.
And then he turned around.
Hit him with the boondocks. I really feel like that was the reason, or like that was like a subtle jab in there. But they move on. Jefferson Pierce, he talks to the daughter. He's like, "Yo, what the hell were you doing? You said to follow protocol. You said to call security or the police," and just walked away. And then he says something talking about how like he kind of almost alluded to, "I don't care about community. I care about you girls." And then his daughter was like, "Why don't you abandon your community?" I was like, "Damn, bro. I feel that, but at the same time, you family." But I still felt both sides.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, he's trying to protect you guys, but also the community is important. But your family, so you're more immediate. So I can't be mad at that. I can't be mad. Following that, what happened? Following that,
he meets up with
the main gang leader.
Yeah, that guy.
The main gang leader. So Jefferson Pierce meets up with the main gang leader, and they have a conversation. Basically, there's an unspoken rule that also I forgot to say this, but Jefferson Pierce is actually the principal of the school, so that's why he's so involved with the school. Kind of stupid late saying that, but hey, now it makes sense. That's why he's at school all the time. So Jefferson Pierce, he talks to one of the main gang leaders, and he's like, "Look, it's an unspoken rule that the school is, a safe haven, no gang activity allowed. But your man pulled up, and he's violating that rule. If possible, I'm gonna need you to, check him." And then
it's hard to explain.
So. So he's like,
pretty much dude is like, "All right,
but you owe me." And like this little boy pulls up. I don't know if that's his kid or just one of his employees. And by employees, I mean employees. And the kid's probably like maybe 10, 12. I don't know why the hell he's not in school, but dude's like 10, 12, and he's playing a game on his phone. And the main gang leader, he comes off as educated and empathetic to a degree, and he's like, "Hey, yo, I see that you late, you missed the van, and I guess the van was supposed to take you to wherever."
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like,
"Introduce yourself to old buddy."
Yeah.
And first, he didn't do it right at first, and then he said, "Boy, you better introduce yourself correctly." And then he gave his name and said, "How are you, sir? My name is so yada yada yada."
A relevant black character number 1. I'm here for this episode. I might return. I probably won't, but I might. And yeah. And then gang leader and boy have this dialogue where he was like, "Yeah, he kind of bigs him up a little bit," and then like he just like switches the scripts on him. The gang leader, he grabs him by the back of the head, and he's like, "I see you up here always playing the video games. There's a time for reality and there's a time for games, and it's like you need to know blah 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 blah." And like it gets really intense. It randomly really gets really intense.
Yeah, he just started snatching his head. I was like, whoa. Yeah, and then Jefferson had to cut it out, and then all of a sudden.
Jefferson. No, Jefferson. Jefferson keeps calling his name. What was his name?
Latavius.
Latavius, yeah. Jefferson kept saying Latavius, trying to stop him from, possibly harming this little boy. And then he kept saying this man names like 5 times. On the 5th time, Latavius stood up and he was like, he stood up, pulled out his gun, pointed at Jefferson. He was like, "You know my name, say it." And then Jefferson he rolls his eye. He's like, and then Latavius is like, "Say my name." Steven, I'm not saying it. What's this man's name, Steve?
Carmelo Anthony's ex-wife's first name.
Steven, say the man's name. Say the man's.
It's Lala, bro. It's Lala.
His street name is Lala. This man's street name is the name of a Teletubby.
Right.
Alright.
Come on, man.
But mind you, he's about this life, but they could.
You were a respectable character. You were respectable, bro.
It was. Oh my god, that's just the one thing I can't co-sign. But all right,
that scene we just burst out laughing, bro.
Say my name, Lala. What?
Oh my god!
Once again, that falls on like the bad dialogue. Like, how do you ruin an intense moment like that with Lala?
This man, oh my god! Nah, bro. Somebody have to make an executive decision and say, "No, we changed this."
Exactly.
I don't care what it is in the comic books, bro.
I don't care. I do not want to see a nigga named Lala for 24 or 20 something odd episodes this season running around. Hey, yo, Lala, here's that strap. Yo, Lala. Oh my god. But anyway, main gang leader name is Lala. He's like, "Look, I'll take care of the situation. I'll make sure my gang members won't pull up on the school no more. Yada yada yada." Apparently, that never happened. That never happened. Literally the same instance, or I don't know if it's the same day or later on in the day. I'm pretty sure it's the same day.
Yeah.
Gang boy pulls up to the school with his crew, walks in there with some straps, kidnaps Jennifer and Nissa, and he brings them to the gang's one of their headquarters, which is a motel where they have chicks prostituting. Now at this point, Black Lightning and or Jefferson Pierce and his wife, they're talking to the cops. They're like, "Yo, we need our girls back." The cops like, "We're trying to do everything we can. We don't know how long it'll take." And then Jefferson Pierce is like, "All right, y'all do y'all job." And then he leaves. And as he's about to leave, actually, his wife Lynn is like, "What are you about to do?" And then he looks back at her, all dramatic, like, "Get our girls back." I.e. it's real nigga hours, and he's about to do some real nigga shit. Oh my god. So, my boy pulls up to the tailor, the only non-racist white guy in the show. Just want to let y'all know this. And he's like, "It's go time."
Where's my super suit?
Taylor, where's my super suit?
He said, "It's in the back, goddammit.
He said,
I've been waiting for this all 9 years."
He said, "We squatting up? Bet." That's what the janitor, the Taylor basically said. So he's like, "Yo, I've been working on something new." And this is the moment where the show goes from good to fucking great. Now, mind you, throughout this, we had a great build-up. We've had racial tensions being accurately displayed, definitely from the black perspective. We've had good character development, some corny writing, but nothing I can't overlook besides Lala. You know what I'm saying? Like, at this point, the show's been going good. I really haven't had a huge problem. So we get to the point where Black Lightning, he pulls up to the motel, and he's in his outfit. We see him in his outfit for the first time, and this nigga is throwing hands non-stop. Bruh. So, who's the first nigga that he beat? Who was the first nigga he put the paws on?
He just walked up the stairs, smacked the nigga, grabbed him, They used him as a goddamn meat shield. That nigga caught about 7 bullets, threw him off a cliff, electrocuted the nigga that was shooting, punched the other guy, fucking dude that was getting some head in his motel.
Then fuck this bitch off camera.
Electrocuted him for no reason. He was just a white guy. He was just a white guy.
He hit a nigga with the Raiden, bro. Like it's non-stop action. Sparks are it's sparking, bro. The sparks are flying, bro. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, yo, there's so much action going on. And because I feel like he's this his type of superhero doesn't require a lot of VFX. I feel like there's a lot of things that he's allowed to do. Like they're able to really combine, I would say, like the fight choreography of Arrow with the special effects of Flash all in one, because you know, he's simple in terms of what he can do. He's punching and kicking. He's not running super fast. He doesn't need the craziest VFX, but it's really, I feel like he's the Avatar. He's the Avatar of CW shows. Good characters, good effects, good fight choreography. He's a master of all the elements of a good CW show, of a good CW action show, as of right now, at least.
Man.
So he's out there fighting. He saves. No. Okay, so he finally gets to the hotel room where the dude is holding his girls, and Gangboy's holding his girls, and he pulls up on him, and Gangboy's like, what he says some corny thing. It was some.
I barely remember, bro.
It was some corny one-liner, and then he just shoots Black Lightning. But Black Lightning's new super suit somehow actually catches the bullet as it like touches his chest, and I'm like, oh, this nigga got the Halo. He got the Halo overshields on, boy. And I'm gonna be honest, if I'm that close, I would have shot him more than once and like shoot for the head. But anyway, Gangboy's stupid. We learned this already. And Black Lightning responds with, "You didn't give me time for a clever response." And then he beats the fuck out of this stick. Just mercilessly. And then he like socks him. He socks him, holds him up over the balcony. They talk about stuff for a little bit. He was like, "Hey yo, that's your car?" Gangboy's like, "Yeah, that's my car." Black Lightning's like, "It was a nice car." Then throws that niggas on that bitch. Like, what the hell? And you know, he passes out. So at that point, we switch to Lala. He's in his car. He gets pulled up on by some higher up henchmen from someone else, and we meet the main bad guy, who's an albino black guy.
Tobias is his name.
Tobias. Okay.
Yeah.
Fun fact: I had a friend named Tobias. But yeah, he's a pretty cool guy, and he was actually pretty light skinned. I wouldn't say albino, but pretty light skinned.
Oh yeah, this Tobias is savage too.
Tobias, this show's nothing but real nigga. Every nigga is realer than the last nigga. So Tobias henchmen pull Lala in, and like Lala has a mask on, so he doesn't know where he's at. And let me tell you how real Tobias is. Tobias is talking to Lala, and he does something that I ain't never seen any bad guy do. Like I've seen bad guys hurt people before, but I never seen anyone do something like this. Bruh. My boy Tobias, he said it's Moby Dick hours, and he pulls out the harpoon. A harpoon, and shoots Lala in the chest. And it don't stop there. He pulls Lala in by the rope and talks that good shit to him. Like, hey yo, I done killed Black Lightning, and your dumb ass done revived him. Now, can you get rid of him, or shall I kill your ass right now? Right now.
That nigga was a savage, bro.
Oh my god,
savage shit, man. This is the last 20 minutes was just, it was too much for me, bro. Like I need some type of warning, like that much savage shit is gonna happen a 20-minute span, bro.
It was really nonstop. Literally, the second half of the show. First half, they introduced characters. They introduced the setting. Second half, it was pull-up time. Like,
bro.
I could actually say probably from like. Actually, I want to say 3/4 of the entire thing was just nothing but pull-up, bro. Because from the club on out, it was pretty lit nonstop.
Yeah.
I would say the pacing of this show was phenomenal. The characters, I haven't met a character I didn't like. I think Lala's funny, but I feel like he's smart. He's smart, and I feel like he's not the typical, hey, I'm bad because I'm bad. I feel like he's wise enough to have real motives and real like drive and like reasons why he does things. It's not just I'm a bad guy, I'm gonna do this. So I don't feel like he's a stupid villain. What do you think about Lala?
I think he's pretty cool. Like, besides the name,
yeah.
Obvious reasons. Lala, it looks like he has I want to say he has the best interest, but I can't be too sure.
I feel like
because like he was kind of smacking the fuck out of these niggas. But he gave the kids some real talk a little bit. Like, why are you over here playing video games? The kids in another neighborhood you selling shit to.
The white kids, yeah.
They getting ready to rule the world and shit. They doing schoolwork and shit.
Schoolwork here playing games and shit.
You like playing video games.
Like ain't no game, nigga.
It's like it makes it seem like it gives him character. Like he's actually, even though he's violent,
he has
the
best interest at heart.
He has the best interest for the people in the game.
I would almost say he's like I don't want to say Malcolm X because by no means is he Malcolm X. But the next character I could think of that he actually reminds me of is Ebon from Static Shock, where Ebon of course was a bad guy, but he wanted the best for the Bank Babies, and he was like, yo, I know like, you know, we should rule, etc. I mean, of course he went about it like a dick way. But I feel like he reminds me a lot of Ebon.
Yeah, he's definitely got his own issues, but it's like, I want to say he wants to right things. What am I looking for here? Like he's just looking out for his people, bro.
Yeah.
And that's the right thing to do.
Because honestly, I think
he's just going about it the wrong way.
I don't even think that, because he was intentionally. I mean, he was really gonna squash the beef and have his gang members don't go no more. But all stupid Game Boy was stupid, and he brought that action to him. So he was put in a really compromised position. But when you think about it, I do think he was actually, if it was up to him, he would have squashed it.
Yeah, I think he would have.
Game Boy was stupid. Jefferson Pierce. Here's the thing. I like him because he with the shits. He with the shit. But I don't know. He hasn't won me over fully. You know?
I like it when he's
I like him as Black Lightning, but not Jefferson Pierce.
Black Lightning just doesn't care, but
exactly.
He said, fuck 12. He said, I'm gonna use you as a meat shield, throw you off this balcony here, and this boy has been messing with my daughters. I'm about to raid in this nigga.
Exactly.
Like, he doesn't care. Jefferson Pierce, I mean, he's a black principal.
He's a good black guy.
Yeah, he's just a good black guy.
Yeah, my boy Tobias. Oh, I can't wait to see more.
I feel like Tobias is going to be a good villain.
Tobias seems like he's going to be the not saving grace, but the thing that really throws us the show overboard, like to make it really a top tier. Like I think Tobias is. I can't wait to see what more savage shit he uses. Like I feel like Tobias is going to drop an anvil on the nigga's head.
Nigga shot dude with a harpoon. Said, "Get over here,
bro." You know what? He really did, bro. We done seen Raiden and what's my man's name? Scorpion in this.
Oh my god.
The Taylor. I don't know. Did they say the Taylor's name? I feel like they did.
They probably said everybody's name, and we just
I want to say it's Peter.
we just forgot. Peter. I don't think that's it. Maybe it is. I don't know. But still, what are you about to say?
Maybe it's Martin, one of the two. But I thought I want to see more of him. I want to see how he talks, or not talks, but I want to see how he develops in his relationship with the Black Lightning. Of course, you know, they were friends and shit. But I kind of want to know like their dynamic more, and because I feel like they probably fell out more.
Since he was 12 years old.
Yeah, he's like, you're my son. That man, he Birdman. Jefferson Pierce is Lil Wayne, bro. Just saying, like, that's crazy.
As long as they don't kiss, we'll be alright.
I feel that. I feel that. I was not thinking that was her, but I understand that sentiment fully. Anyone else you really want to see? I want to tell you
the end part. They showed the oldest daughter getting powers.
Anessa. Yeah, she was getting her powers. She was having nightmares. Woke up and was like Hulk smash.
yeah, broke the whole goddamn sink in half.
I just want to take a moment out of the show, this review, to say that Jennifer Pierce, aka she's played by China Ann McClain. She was in House of Pain. I want to say she bad. She 19, in case y'all were wondering. She bad. And yeah. She actually, like I was telling Steve, she actually kind of reminds me of. She physically reminds me of Kyla Pratt. Like I get that. I don't know. Just looks like her, like her cheeks and the face.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah,
I can see it a little bit.
Kyla Bay. But anything else you want to say about the show?
You talking about what's her name? The fucking what was that, like his I don't want to say secretary, but like his
thick big boy says.
Yeah, oh my god,
cakes.
It's like, geez,
them boys, they got her straight out of a bakery with all them cakes on her.
Find me the thickest woman there is.
Find me the thickest black beauty under the sun. Also, what I like about the show is they ain't doing no like light skinned wife,
right?
And I feel like that's been a big thing in a lot of shows like Fresh Prince, Martin, etc., where it's like you always get that, you know, she's black but she's light skinned to appeal. I feel like a lot of the women are black,
right?
Black, which is good. And I like it. I feel like there's a lot of. This is one of the shows where it's gonna go down as a staple in like black culture, because there's a lot of representation and it's very relatable from, you know, the superhero aspect of, you know, just liking cool shit, as well as just the day to day of I'm black and I've experienced this too. So yeah, I'm really liking it. The only way I think the show could get better is they like mention Black Twitter or something like that, and I'm liking it.
They just need to improve the dialogue. But you know, CW's been doing CW shit for quite some time, so
we're gonna have to.
You're just gonna have to deal with it. But man, that was a great pilot, man.
One of the best. I can't think of any show better than that one in terms of the CW superhero.
Yeah, it was really good. Great
pacing, great action, and once again, I think one of the things that really helped the show is the fact that Black Lightning, he could do most of the fighting and action scenes and choreography through just regular combat, but what takes it over the top is how they're able to have the VFX in there as well. And once again, lightning is not a huge thing to do for these types of shows, so. You know, I feel like it's a whole. I know for a fact it's a whole lot easier just doing the lightning opposed to having a two Barry Allen clones running at light speed. You know what I'm saying? So, right. I'm really enjoying the show for what it has to offer all around: action, plot, characters, visuals. So, yeah. These are pretty much our thoughts though on Black Lightning, episode 1. I'm definitely gonna keep on watching. What about you, Steve?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean,
we're gonna have to knock this one out weekly, boy.
Right. Come on.
But on that note, any final words, bro?
Black Lightning, 9 out of 10 pilot. Can't wait for next week.
You know what? I would have to give it a 9 out of 10 too. Simply because, I'm gonna give it a 9.2 out of 10. I don't want to be the same number as you.
This guy.
No, I can't really think of anything really wrong behind the dialogue. You know what? That's why we're marking it down, because the dialogue.
Yeah, that's why I'm just marking it down, because of the dialogue.
Outside of that, all around really, really great. So there's our final thoughts. It's comic books #1 hardcore casual reviewers. We don't read the comics. We just watch the TV shows and movies. That said, it's been Black with Game Illuminaughty, and stay enlightened, gamers.